sports talk conversations with a good laugh mixed in. This is the Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby. David Thetford, Gary Ashby. We didn't blow away yesterday. We're heavy. So,
yeah, comes in handy every now and then.
When you're just heavy, you just go, I'm fine.
Yeah.
It was dirty yesterday. Did you notice?
I did. Okay. But did it remind you of the old days?
Yeah.
Remember the old days?
Yeah.
It used to be, some of you young people have probably never experienced this, but us old folks, sometimes the street lights would come on.
Yeah.
It would get so dark out. Big B, you ever seen the street lights come on during a dust storm?
They think it's not.
Yes.
And I'm not talking about the Dust Bowl. We weren't around for the Dust Bowl. I'm talking about in the 60s and 70s. It'd get plenty dark.
Yeah, we're from the 1900s. Where are you from? You from the 1900s?
I don't think so, no.
Hey, I don't know how long the Dust Bowl lasted, but look up Dust Bowl, and yesterday was like every day during the Dust Bowl. Yeah.
Every day.
Every day was like yesterday.
It couldn't have been.
Yeah.
Everybody would have.
How long did the Dust Bowl last?
She's going to say, what is that?
The Dust Bowl began in 1930 and lasted anywhere from 5 to 10 years.
Okay, take yesterday for 5 or 10 years.
It couldn't have blown like that every day.
No, but it frequently did that. Like yesterday, I don't know.
No, I hope that doesn't come back.
No, we don't need a Dust Bowl.
Oh my gosh,
at all. But anyway, last week on the show we had Fink. Mark Finkner called, and because we wanted Finkner on the show because our Lady Raiders finished the season, I think, in good fashion.
They really did. I was proud of them.
They could have folded up tent and called it a year, and they didn't. And I actually had a chance to win the conference tournament.
Yeah.
If they would beat Oklahoma State, then you're down to one game.
Yeah.
Now you're probably wore down pretty good, but you're playing good.
They came close to winning that one, getting to the finals, and I was proud of them. The way they competed, Krista did a great job with the team, and it was really fun to watch them.
And then Dr. Gus called in and talked about our baseball. I don't even remember where we were. Oh, Grand Canyon. We were Grand Canyon last week.
Yeah. We're playing the Yankees, I think, next week.
That wasn't near as good as Grand Canyon weekend. Wasn't near as good as this weekend's going to be. I've had to talk people off the cliff.
I know.
If you bring up Tech Bowl,
we're not going.
I'm going to explain it to you again, folks. Houston was 14-4 or something, but look at their schedule.
Yep.
We were whatever we are, 4-14 or whatever we are. Look at our schedule, and our schedule isn't out here in Lubbock. Our schedule's on the road, and the road at tough places. We've got plenty of hair on our belly.
We're 4-11.
We probably look like gorillas if we take our shirts off after the season we've started with. And
look at the other top teams at the top in the conference and just look at their schedule. I didn't even recognize some of the schools. They're playing schools I've never heard of before.
Yeah. And let me tell you, you've heard of North Carolina, you've heard of Grand Canyon, you've heard of Texas, University of Texas.
I heard of them.
I tell you what, I'm proud of. I don't think I would have scheduled it quite that tough. And if I'd scheduled it that tough, some of it would have probably been here in Lubbock. But we're what do they call it, battle ready?
Yeah, we're tested.
We're tested. We're ready.
We didn't do too good on the test.
That's right.
Maybe they'll pay off later.
We didn't do so good on the test, but we're ready for the next test. And the next test is the Big 12 Conference. And we are leading the Big 12 Conference.
We're being 4-1 Houston.
So you guys come on down off the cliff.
Houston was 11-4 when we played them. We were 3-11, and we beat them 4-1. So now our overall record's not that great, but we're 4-11. Houston's 11-5, but we're 1-0 in the Big 12.
And everybody go, our pitching. Pitching. We're not going to. Oh goodness, our pitching. Well, Houston got, count them, one hit.
Yeah, we did great yesterday. Proud of them. And we play today again at 2 o'clock. Is that right? I think
No, tonight at 6:30.
Tonight at 6:30.
But here's the deal. We're going to have Ray Hayward on. We love Ray Hayward. We love us some Ray Hayward. And Ray's going to be on, I think, at 10 o'clock.
Good.
And before that, we're going to have Wes, Coach Kittley.
He's at the NCAA championships, indoor meet.
Yeah, from the championships. Well, I didn't finish last week. We never finish anything. Last week we had Coach Glasgow on. They won again last night. And I'm going to tell you, I talked to one of my friends last night, and he goes, I'm not going to watch any of that softball, women's softball. And I'm going, let me tell you what. Try it. What was that commercial?
Watch.
Try it, you'll like it.
Yeah.
Try it, you'll like it, because
it's fast-paced, and we're good.
And we're good. And our big old girl threw good.
Kennedy, she's.
Can we call her a big old girl? Is that politically
no, that's
correct?
Not probably good.
That's close. I mean, it's not
You wouldn't introduce
it's not as
her.
bad as sometimes.
You wouldn't introduce her to someone. This is our big old girl from softball. You wouldn't say that if she was standing there.
No, because she could. I'm pretty sure.
She'd probably whip you.
I think she could.
No, she's a
In fact,
great
I'm almost
person.
positive she could.
Yeah, I'd like to see it. It'd be fun to watch.
Make a fundraiser out of it. Sell tickets.
People would come out to watch it.
Yeah, they would, because they're thinking I'm going to get whooped.
They would. That'd be the main reason they'd want to come. To laugh at you and say, yeah,
Well, they'd
you
have
got
to
beat up by a girl.
I would do it if we'd raise enough money for Texas Tech. So
All right,
I'd do it for the cause.
You have no pride.
All right.
Well, Coach Glasgow, we got to get him in the studio.
That is, I think he would enjoy coming in, and I know
He's
we
just
would
funny.
enjoy having him here.
He's just no down-home country boy.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
He is
From wherever he's from.
Yeah, that's what it's at, Crabapple Cove.
Yeah, I know.
No, he was from some
It's
town.
Crabapple.
Was it Crabapple?
Something like that. And you asked if you could eat them.
Yeah, but it wasn't Crabapple, because you've heard of crab apples. It was some other kind of apple or some other kind of.
I can't remember.
Okay, Big B's on it. Big B, find out where Coach Glasgow's from.
It was on the. I didn't bring that paper. I had.
It was something we wasn't sure you could eat.
Yeah,
But we've heard of crab apples, so we hadn't heard of this. I didn't think.
I don't think I eat crab apples though.
Or no, I guess if you're hungry enough, you would.
So, and there's a chance that
What's
we'll
the
have
hungriest
Coach.
you've ever been? Hungriest you've ever been?
I don't remember. I really don't.
Well, I've got a long story I'm not going to tell, but we
Please.
wound up getting a can of Vienna sausages, and we thought it was gold. We were so hungry. Scott Rybert and I, you folks down in Midland, asked Scott Rybert about eating Vienna sausages.
And he was. Yeah, Scott didn't need much to eat.
That's right.
He was lean.
That filled him up.
I saw his boy and Trent Langford, saw Chris and at a basketball game at Tech. They're just like, every time I see them, one's with the other because they coach together. And great young men.
Oh, without a doubt. Okay, this popped into my head. How many Vienna sausages are in a can?
I have 8. I have no idea.
I think it's 7. But why would they
Either
put
6
7?
or 7.
Seemed like it'd be an even
Well,
number.
look that up too.
Well, usually I'm a college, well, now out of college kid, but sometimes it's ramen noodles and Vienna sausages for lunch.
I've been there. I've been ramen noodles.
Coach Glasgow's from Crab Orchard, Illinois.
Crab Orchard. They have an orchard full of crabs.
Yeah. Wondered where crabs came from.
Well, then he mentioned like Crabtree last week, and our eyes light up because when we hear Crabtree, we think
We think number 15. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good.
All right. So
who else we have
There's
today?
a chance we'll have Coach James Dickey to talk NCAA basketball. He's in Stillwater, and they had fires up there last night, and his son Jared, his home was in danger. They had all come over to Coach's house and waiting to see what they had to do. So we'll see what happens there. But hopefully, I had a great talk with him for a long time.
He'll have a good story.
I said, "What are you doing?" He goes, picking up, taking, and he's doing grandkids is what he's doing.
Hey, could you have 3 nicer human beings on the show than what we have today?
They're great
Ray
people.
Hayward, Wes Kittley, and James Dickey.
They're the best.
Yeah. So anyway, I hope we can have Coach Dickey because it is basketball time. This is one of the best times of the year. Last night, he said, well, do we want to get together and watch the game? No, I want to sit on my couch and really watch the game and not visit and not try to entertain. Let's watch the game. But I'm flipping over between the track meet, which I think we're doing good. I don't know. It's hard to tell
at a track meet.
Hard to tell, but you can watch it on ESPN Plus. So I'd flip over to that, then I'd flip over to baseball and catch up on how we were doing there. We're doing great. Flip over to softball. Hey, we're doing good. Our big girl's doing good.
Big girl.
And we got some guys that can hit and play defense. I'm going to tell you this. I'm trying to sell y'all on this softball thing because you will be amazed at how good college softball is.
It's just fun to watch.
Yeah.
It's quick paced. It's in and out, and it's
very athletic.
Yeah, they're very good hitters.
So anyway, I flip over there, and then I'm waiting on the basketball because they started us fairly late for older folks.
About 15 minutes after they were supposed to start.
So anyway, and I got to figuring it up. I watched probably the most basketball because I watched the whole thing, and then second was probably track, and baseball and softball tied for third. But I mean, just flipping around, and I'm sitting there going, how much better does it get than this? And then you can flip over. I see on ESPN Plus, you can see the other scores are still. And I said, good gosh, North Carolina's coming back on Duke. So I flipped over to that, and I go, oh, my gosh.
You see the guy step in the lane. He's trying to fake him out. He stepped in the lane.
Well, you know what that falls under? That falls under.
You had a bad day.
Who's the guy that called timeout for Michigan?
Oh, Chris Webber. Chris Webber. That's Chris Webber. That kid.
I
know, he was so
at North Carolina is going to be known forever, and it's not going to be, well, I sure miss old Bob.
Unless they still can get in the tournament. Let's see what happens. They got a shot.
If I'm on the tournament committee, I'm going to say let them in. that poor kid. I'm going to let him in just because of old Bob or whatever his name was.
He was upset.
I'm going to explain this to folks. It's a 1-point game. And North Carolina's been down 20-something. It's a 1-point game, 4 seconds left, and this one kid's at the line, and he can shoot 2 free throws, and North Carolina's going to win. But he misses the first one. And when they miss the first one, there's a good chance they're going to miss the second one. But he didn't. He made it. But his teammate on the line, he didn't step into the lane. He stepped out of the lane. And I've never even seen anybody do that. I've never seen it called where you step out of the lane.
He stepped into the lane.
No, he stepped out of the lane.
No, he stepped into the lane.
David, I promise you I'm right.
I promise you're not. Well, I'll guarantee you.
Bring it up. All right, I'll bet you lunch.
His right foot went into the lane.
I know, but they call him stepping out of the lane. He stepped off of the. I mean, he's 3 feet.
No, the violation was to put his foot in the lane. That was the violation.
Well, you can't step out of the lane either.
Yeah, you can. You don't have to, as long as you don't step into the lane.
Everybody do that. Guy's fixing to shoot, and everybody just run off the lane.
But the violation was stepping into the lane, and he did step into it.
He got a lane violation.
That was it.
So he's got a lane violation, and it's the dumbest thing I've ever seen, other than Chris Webber calling timeout.
He was trying to fake the guys out and get them to jump in the lane, and it was so stupid.
He ended up on that fake stepping over the lane. His foot was into the lane, and that's where the violation came from.
Yeah. Well, I still say you cannot step out of the lane either.
He tried bringing it back out, like you're saying, but I mean, at that point, ball's still, in the shooter's.
Yeah, he already.
And this guy's 3 feet out of the lane, and you're going, where are you going? So anyway, it was right up there with Chris Webber. Can you think of another?
No, Weber's worse. That was absolutely Weber has never lived that down ever.
No. Well, we brought it up on the show.
His chance to win a national championship.
We don't remember much of nothing, and we remember that.
Yeah.
So
anyway, that was. I felt for the kid. I really did.
Oh, and you're just and they had a shot to tie it. I will give them that, but it wasn't much of a shot. But anyway, what I was saying is ESPN Plus, you can sit there and thumb across there, and you can find the good game. And I didn't think that was going to be a good game.
I didn't either. I was watching Tech, and I flipped back over, and I go, oh, my gosh, they're in the game. I thought it was 24 points I think they were down at one time.
Yeah.
24 points.
Well, it's sort of like the Baylor game. I'm going to tell you this, guys. The Big 12's good, and I'm hoping that we do well in the tournament. I know some of y'all don't like to pull for our conference brothers, but I think we got to, because the big SEC is just beating on their chest, thinking they've got the 10 best teams in the country. And so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull for the Big 12 teams. I'm going to pull against the SEC teams.
Me too.
And then if Tech plays a Big 12 team, then obviously go Tech.
Did you see how bad Alabama beat Kentucky?
Alabama,
I mean,
they win it all.
Stomped them.
Yeah, Alabama.
God, they're good. That Sears guy, that guard is tremendous.
I would probably say Auburn would be my first pick. Duke, if the big kid's healthy.
Cooper Flag. Yeah.
If he's healthy, I'd probably go there. And then Alabama may be my third choice.
So you guys write that down.
And Houston's good and Tech's good. So it's going to be great. This is
Tennessee's
a great time
good.
of year.
Florida's good.
Thursday and Friday, to me, are the best times of the year.
I love the first round.
For sports. You
got all the games going on, and it's just fun.
And a 16 beating a 1 doesn't hardly. What was that? What, it happened once or never?
Yeah, once.
So that's probably not going to happen.
Virginia.
B says twice, so let's go with twice.
They did? Who else beat them?
When FDU beat Purdue.
Oh, yeah, they did beat them. But Virginia lost, and then the next year they beat us in the championship game. They would get losing to a 16 to win it at all.
They were just the chosen ones that year they beat us because they shouldn't even have played us.
Yeah.
The game before they should have lost. And then, golly.
Divine intervention.
Yeah.
I got something y'all can ponder today, and I hope that somebody can answer this question for us today because I don't know the answer. But have you ever seen a baby pigeon? I've never seen a baby pigeon. They're all big and fat, like every time you see a pigeon.
Well, I reckon the baby pigeons are in a nest, right?
Well, you think you'd see them when they were starting to grow.
I have, because I think we talked about this show about 2 years ago. We had a pigeon that made a nest up on our rain gutter thing, and then that little baby pigeon was born, and they leave, and I'll be darned, a week later there's another mama up there, and I've got pictures of the eggs. I'll show you. That'll be our picture of the day.
I've never seen a baby pigeon ever.
Those baby pigeon eggs. Well, those might have been dove.
Might have been.
Yeah, I'm sticking with pigeon though.
I don't think you will.
We'll be right back.
Sports talk conversations with a good laugh mixed in. This is the Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
All right, I was telling you about Lubbock Sports Medicine. It is the orthopedic. They have orthopedic solutions for everybody, and they can help you get to feeling better, get you back up and going. Also, if you're looking for 5 stars, go to Tide Dry Cleaners, because they are 5-star, I'm telling you. They are first class and doing a great job. They're located at 4511 98th, also at 19th and Quaker Avenue, and they do a tremendous job.
Yes, they do.
And they do it the right way with good, clean stuff that they use and not polluting our world and everything else. So go see them at Tide Dry Cleaners. And then I'll tell you about this other one later.
Yeah, but you're talking about what a great job, wonderful job they do. Well, we've got a coach of doing a wonderful job, we hope. Hey, Coach, I watched it last night, some of it, most of it. How did we do?
Well, hey,
I couldn't tell.
Guys.
Good morning, Coach Kittley. Good to have you with us.
You bet. Glad to be there. No, in all honesty, our women had a tough day. We jumped the gun in the 60 hurdles, and I got a terrible start in the 60, and then but my 800 girl Funny ran really well, just didn't make the final. She was 9th or 10th, and she was last rated going in, so I was real proud of her. And, we come off a tremendous Big 12, and the kids were high as a kite with our ladies winning, and I think it just you got to be so ready. They'd never been in this type environment, and I think you got to learn from it. And they didn't handle, some of them didn't handle it quite as well. But we've got 2 more high jumpers today on the women, and we've got 2 triple jumpers today. So we got 4 opportunities on the women's side. On the men, we had a really good day.
Good.
Malachi in the 60 made it, Shamar in the 400, Malachi and Antoine in the hurdles, and then we've got a 4x4 today along with high jump BJ and Garrison and Stacy in the triple jump. So we've got about 8 or 9 opportunities today on the men's side.
Okay, they kept having events, and like the 200 we didn't have anybody, the 400 we didn't have anybody. I go, well, where are all our guys?
Yeah,
and a lot of them are today. So
that is correct.
Good.
Yeah, it's just we've always kind of, I don't know what it is, but on the last day we have more. We've been having triple jumpers and high jumpers, and then of course we've had good 60 and 60 hurdles, and we still do.
Well, how are you feeling about everything today, Coach? This is the last day. This is it.
Yeah, I mean, we were picked. We lost Sean Brown. We were picked first at the beginning of the year, but we were picked 8th coming in, men and women, this week. And so we lost Ruda in the triple jump, tore her Achilles, the national champion. And then we lost Sean Brown, who was in the 60 and the 200 at the conference meet. But, I'm hoping we can be, 4th, 5th, 6th in the men if we have a great meet. And then the women, we're trying to be top 10.
Yeah. All right. Well, our teams are struggling with injuries, track and field and basketball. We're just, it's tough. You just need your people, don't you? Tough to get there.
It's just so hard to go through. This is the hardest meet. They only take 16 kids in the whole country in each event, and everybody every week is just trying their best to get a mark to get in. And so we don't like to race people every week all out every time, but you're forced to indoors. And so it's a lot harder on the kids in the outdoors because we have a regional concept in the outdoors, and you just have to get a mark sometime during the year, and then you get to go to the regionals. So,
okay, so on indoors, let's just say a guy's 12th and he thinks he's going to go, and then the last week or all the conference meets come, and all of a sudden 4 guys beat him out, so he's gone.
That's correct.
Yeah, so you do have to, even if you're 12th, you better get a better time or a better distance.
We had a young lady, Destiny, who was 14th or 15th, and then everyone had their Big 12 and conference meets, SEC, Big 10, and she's 17th, so she's one out. Not making the trip. So it happens. But we had 2 16ths, Funny in the 800, and then we had Uder, Shamar in the 400, and he made the finals, and she almost did. So, everyone is so even. Everyone is so good that it's just who's really on this day.
Coach, give me those 2 first names again. Uder and?
Shamar Uder. Shamar is his name. And then Funny Arendt.
Okay, I thought you said funny. Funny as Funny?
It's spelled Fanny, but in Europe, F-A is like you.
Okay.
So, yep.
I didn't know that. Funny.
So if you're in Europe and they say F-A, they're not being kind to you.
No, she hates that. Everyone calls her Fanny, and it's funny. But,
and it's funny.
It's funny they call her Fanny.
That's exactly right. Not funny to her.
No. Hey, Coach, I wasn't here when I was at state tournament, I think, and I wanted to congratulate you, Big 12 Coach of the Year. Won both the Big 12 men and women. First time for the women ever to win the Big 12 championship, if I'm correct on that. And I'm proud of what you're doing, Coach. You got it going on, I'm telling you.
Well, I appreciate it. We're trying to get better. This is going to be a good learning lesson for our women. I think we'll come out of it for outdoors much better, and I think we're a much better outdoor team in the women. But we won't try to do some damage here today and try to score some points. And would love to have both teams in the top 10.
Do they throw a good meet there in Virginia?
They do, but it's not as good as ours.
Yeah,
yeah, I know it.
Have we ever
the warm-up area is not great, and we have the best warm-up area in America because we have the football side, right, and we have such a great place to warm up.
Is it possible for us to increase our seating so we could host a national championship?
Yeah, we've got those are 2,000 seats, and we have one bleacher set that can come in at 3,000. That's just wider and higher over there, so we could do that. Our biggest issue is we've got to have restrooms, and we'd have to bring all that in.
Yeah, porta potty.
Yeah.
Hey, didn't we just recruit like the fastest kid in Texas or America out of high school?
He's number 2 right now in the state of Texas, but he's probably number 3 in the nation.
Whoa.
Braylon Bird, from Houston, Tomball area, and just thrilled to death to get him. He's run 10.2 last year as a junior. And then he ran 20.90 at our indoor high school meet in the 200. So I'm real anxious to see what kind of year he's going to have. He's a talent.
Is he just a trackster, or does he play football also?
He's just a trackster. No, he played football, but he knew where his bread was buttered, so he decided to just go track his senior year.
And you're probably glad of that, aren't you?
Absolutely.
I know you will share, but you'd rather not. It's sort of like a little kid.
It's more getting them hurt. That's,
Yeah.
I don't mind them playing football or any of it, but it's just, boy, you tear a knee up in track, it takes a long time, a whole year to get them back.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Y'all started at 11 o'clock today, is that right?
Well, 12 o'clock, yes, our time here. So it'll be 11, y'all. We've got the high jump men and women going at the same time. So I'm excited about the women's high jump, especially. We have 2 girls that's ranked high, and we need to really do well there. And then we've got a freshman boy, BJ, who I'm so thrilled to make the national meet as a freshman. And he's jumped 7.3, so I'm hoping he has a good day.
Whoa. No, we're just high jump you, aren't we? We've got great high jumpers.
Yeah, we've got good high jump. Well, let me tell you, our Timmy is our girl that's jumped 6'5", and then Evelyn has jumped 6'1 3/4. So, as you know, our history's been pretty good there.
It has been.
Who's our coach that coaches the high jumpers, and does he coach the triple jumpers and long jumpers too? Because we're really good at that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Coach Hurston. He coaches all the jumps, and so Tom Slagle coaches the pole vault, but Hurston coaches all the long, triple, and high.
Now, you're not like basketball. You don't have like 24 coaches, do you?
No, we don't fill up 3 benches on the sideline. But we've got 130 kids. Basketball's got 15.
Well, that brings
7 coaches for all the 130.
Okay, well, that brings me to another question. A modern day question is, all right, we've got the new budget and all that's coming in. What's that going to do to track? Because, golly, it seems like it's going to be tough on you and tough on Tim and tough on Coach Glasgow and all to maintain what you've been able to build. Am I wrong?
Yeah, it's going to be a challenge. There's no doubt about it. I don't think any of us are getting any scholarship raise, and that hurts compared to the SEC and the Big Ten because they're really raising their scholarships. And we'll see how the new NIL with the Matador Club going away, how that's going to affect all of us. And it's new territory, let me tell you.
Because it's real hard to make up. Right now, you can make up ground just handing them money.
Yeah.
But it's fixing to get to where they got to, dance a jig or something to earn their money, and and it's hard to come up with enough money to do that.
And donors can't just give money to the track program. If somebody want to give $5 million to the track program, is that possible?
Yeah, but not like NIL. Yeah. It's got to go through a clearinghouse. Supposedly, the judge will sign off on April the 7th, and then there is an accounting firm. Say you have someone that's a Red Raider, an ex, that wants to give money. They've got to go through this clearinghouse to get permission to do that. And then, as you stated, they're going to have to do something for it. It's not just you get it anymore.
Well, I wouldn't give it to the players or the runners. I just give it to the track program.
Well, they can give it to the track program. Yes, you can give money to the program. So we'll take all you got.
And that would help, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would.
So let's get some money together and just give it to Texas Tech Track. I mean, you guys are national champions. Let's keep it going.
Absolutely. No, we've got to keep our budget good, and we've got to be able to figure out ways. And I mean, I'm sure Tim and Jerry and myself, we're going to have a lot of conversations and try to figure out what's best for Texas Tech and how we can keep this thing going.
Yeah. What's legal and what's at the very, very edge of legal.
That's exactly right.
Some schools aren't going to care what's at the edge.
No.
They're going to take, like they always have. But anyway, Coach, we're proud of you. We really are. And I just hope you have a great day today and you get up in the top 4 or 5 in men, maybe higher than that, and the women are in the top 10.
I appreciate it, guys. We're going to get after them.
Well, I saw Fuller and you on the news last night in the background there. Is Matney there?
No, he's a little bit under the weather, so he had his flight and everything, but didn't get to make it with us.
Oh, man, I bet he's disappointed.
Okay. He is, but he's keeping up with it. I promise you that.
Okay.
That Bob's a good man to have on your team, and Terry Fuller definitely is too.
Those are 2 great ones. I'll tell you, they're great Red Raiders.
They are.
All right, Coach. We appreciate you.
All right, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
Guns up. Let's go get them. See ya. Coach Wes Kittley national championship coach.
Did you hear on the basketball game last night? They interviewed Coach McCaslin, and he ended it with Reckham.
Yeah, I heard him
and
say
they had to
Reckham.
explain what Reckham meant. And I think Reckham comes across better than Guns Up.
Yeah,
I think Guns Up may disappear here in a few years. May not. We're sort of contrary down here. But
I'm going to keep saying
Reckham, I think you can say Reckham.
Yeah.
But they had to explain to the world what Reckham meant. And they really would have had to explain what Guns Up means. So anyway,
Let's go get them.
Let's go get them. All right.
That was fun. They start today at 11 our time if you want to watch on ESPN Plus. And boy, he's just, you just work to get your program to this level. Then you get some kids hurt. And you hate it.
Well, and the one kid that he got hurt on the men's side is he's a two event guy.
Yeah.
And boy, that really hurts because like last year when we won the national championship, we had a guy that I think was a 3 scores in Diderud or Diderod.
Divine or Duderoo.
Was that last year or the year before that he was here?
Year before.
I think it's the year before, but he was like, several point guy. So anyway, what we were talking about earlier is baby pigeons are not very attractive. That's why we probably don't notice them.
I've seen some movies, and the guy will be on top of his apartment building, and he's raising pigeons, up there. And I don't see any baby pigeons in his cages either. They're all big, fat.
Well, we did notice this.
Gross.
Even the babies are fairly rotund.
Yeah, they're already big.
Yeah, they're already pretty good size.
I just had never seen a baby pigeon. Probably won't ever.
No.
And I'll be fine.
Well, and we don't have as many pigeons as we do dove. And when earlier I said pigeon, and the more I thought about it, it was dove. But they're sort of rotund too. They're sort of.
Yeah.
So anyway, all right. What do you want to talk about now?
Well, congratulations to J.T. Toppin and Grant McCaslin. They're both on the Naismith Award for Coach of the Year and Player of the Year. Of course, J.T. Toppin was the Big 12 Player of the Year. Now, he was not the Player of the Year last night.
He wasn't even the Player of the game.
He goes over and throws up.
They
go, what was he? I thought he'd hurt his hand or something, but he'd gone back over there just to throw up. And but he's
overhydrated, they said.
He was battling, I'll tell you that. I'm just so proud of our guys. When you don't have Williams and you don't have McMillan, my God.
I know everybody wanted to win the tournament. The tournament it's a trophy. That's what you'd win. And in 2 years, you wouldn't remember who won the. I promise you, we'll do a trivia in 2 or 3 years. Who won the 2015 Big 12 tournament? It's going to be. It's not irrelevant, but I would rather get the rest because the way we are, we're only playing like 6 guys, and play Houston. Houston will beat on you, and it's. Boy, it'd be a lot of energy we'd be expelling and a good chance of getting some more bunged up. Nobody's going to get bunged up today because they're going to be on an airplane flying home. I have no problem not winning last night. I really don't. We went 2 years ago, or the year that we went to the national championship, we went to Kansas City and we're going to win the Big 12 tournament, and we lost the first game. I think it was West Virginia beat us. And we were disappointed, but we came home. And our guys came home refreshed and rested and ready to go. These teams that play 10 guys and all, not near as big a deal, but we're not playing 10 guys. And we play hard, too. We get after it. So, anyway, I had no problem with us not winning last night.
Well.
And I know you were wanting us to win the Big 12 tournament.
Yeah.
But not at the expense I think it would have taken. I don't think our tank's not full of gas right now. We're running on fumes with just 6 guys and one of them sick. And
we got to get McMillan and Williams back. I don't know what that takes to get that done. I was hearing about this special bed you can get in that Joaquin, whatever his name, Barkley anyway, he got in it.
We'll be right back.
It healed him.
Sports talk conversations with a good laugh mixed in. This is the Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
All right, quarter 4, if you're looking for a fun place to go shop or you're looking to get that sports equipment to outfit your teams, get trophies.
Oh, yeah.
All those kind of things. In this one location, it's just a wonderful store, big shoe department, lots of fashion, Texas Tech stuff. And just
I much love the trophy that I had Pat Brown make down there in the trophy area, the awards area down there in quarter 4. Go see him. He'll do it upright.
He's been there a long time. It's still Cardinals people.
Did I say Cardinals again?
No, you didn't. But he was there with Cardinals forever.
Yeah,
like everybody there, pretty much. And Brad White, the owner, but now they're called Quarter 4, just outside the Loop on Slide Road. And I promise you'll just love that store.
And Quarter 4 is starting to be part of our what's it, vernacular?
Yeah, vernacular. You got it.
Common deal saying Quarter 4. Now I didn't think it'd ever catch on, but it has.
It has. And also, if you're out in Midland, Odessa, you need in your oil and gas business. There's some people down there that are in the oil and gas business,
there is
in Midland and Odessa and the Permian Basin. J&W Services, Linco Distributors. I bet you almost everybody down there knows those names. Brett Beck, Scott Blakely, their whole team, because they can help you in so many different areas. It's like a company just built to help every aspect of the oil and gas business, and they can help you and would love to. So stop in there and see them. You'll be glad that you did. I promise you that. So go see them at J&W Services, Linco Distributors. All righty. We're going to have at 10 o'clock, we're going to have, who we having? We're talking.
Well, it may be now.
Oh, we're going to have Tech Baseball. We're going to talk a little Tech Baseball. And by the way, the announcement of the NCAA basketball tournament on Sunday, and I don't know why, but every year the Big Ten is still playing on Sunday.
Yeah.
And we're always through on Saturday. I don't know why that.
I think we do it right.
Or they think they're more important than us or something.
Well, it's probably for TV reasons and all, and they probably feel like their teams that are in the finals are already, going to be wherever they're going to be. And I hope that's right. I hope. We may have to call Ray right now. They've got apparently Coach Tadlock has called a 10:15 staff meeting.
Oh, we need to get him now.
All right, let's call him right now.
Ray Hayward. We'll have him on, and boy, it's always great to. He hadn't been on for a while because he's had some trouble with his voice, but he's agreed to be on today. We look forward to talking to him. Hopefully, we can get him on. But I just love watching the selection show that when it comes on. They just keep Joe Lenardi. They have him on all the time, telling Tech's going to be on the 2 line. No, if they get beat, they may be on the 3, but who knows? 2 or 3, it really doesn't matter. That is an excellent seed for the Texas Tech Red Raiders. I can tell you that, to be a 2 or a 3. All right, we calling him?
We are going to call Ray. He was going to Zoom in, but
how'd you know they had a staff meeting? Did he text you?
Yeah.
Oh, Ray did?
Yeah.
Coach Tadlock would let him go to be on our show.
I don't think so.
You don't?
I'm going to tell you what. Winning these Big 12 games is pretty important.
It's really big, especially the way
and I guarantee you they won't raise input. Hey, Ray, I'm sorry, man. I did not know y'all were going to have a 10:15 meeting.
I didn't either. So right now,
who told you?
I just got a text says staff meeting at 10:15. I went, I got to call Gary.
Yeah.
Well, hey, let me tell you what. We want you in that meeting because you are a huge part of what goes on out there, And what we want to talk to you real quickly, because I know we only have a few minutes with you, but everybody was panicking, and I know y'all weren't, but the fans were, some jumping off the ship and all. But we played a really tough schedule, and we played most of it on the road, and I don't know that some of our guys quite had enough, I keep saying hair on their belly, to maybe go on the road and play those kind of games, but it looks like things are starting to come into shape a little bit.
Well, I think you're exactly right. It's tough. Had a rough start. Like you said, we're on the road, and not only that, but we're playing good teams.
Really good teams.
Yeah.
And so it's one of those things that Tim's really done a good job of keeping guys together, keeping them positive, and keeping them going. And of course, we've got to just keep doing what we're doing and keep teaching, keep coaching, and keep these guys going. And hopefully it continues to turn around, and it will. We'll just have to keep on it, and it's just going to take a little time. But we're fine. Hopefully, last night was the start of it, and but we're still looking forward. We're happy. We're happy with our guys, what we're doing, and go from there.
Or what's your title now? What do they call you?
I think I'm just the ghost coach now. I think I'm just kind of I'm around, and they look around and say, "Oh, is he still here?"
Well, you're like the dad or the granddad to these kids, and they need you. Ray used to be our pitching coach out there, and we had some great pitching staffs during that time period. And I'm sure you still have input. But our 2 pitchers last night had 2 of the worst ERAs on the team, and Houston got every bit of 1 hit off of them. What has made the difference in, what is it, Heyer and Parker?
Yeah, it's Hewer. Well, both those guys have experience, and we knew what they can do. They knew what they could do, but I think the big thing was, I think we're just, putting too much pressure on ourselves, trying to do too much. And you know how pitchers are when they go out there and they're trying to do more than what they're capable of doing, and they try to overthrow, and they try to make their secondary pitches a little harder and a little sharper, and next thing you know, they're behind the count on everybody. And we've just been trying to stress, stay within yourself, throw your pitches, and you'll get them out. And I think last night they're finally realizing that stuff, and I think it's just going to keep carrying them down. And also, too, we've got so many pitchers. We've probably got 20-some guys that we feel like we can put out there and pitch at just about any time and have confidence in them. But we haven't had enough games, and we haven't had midweek games. We haven't had the time to do it, and we're trying to mix and match and find who can do what. And so it's limited some of the guys' time on the mound, which hurts them as well. And they need to be out there pitching, and hopefully now we're going to get started, start having these midweek games, and guys are going to get to pitch more, and hopefully we'll get more guys in there and get more experience, and we'll get better as we go.
Hey, Ray, by the way, I just want to tell you, your voice sounds so good, and it's so good for you to have your voice.
It's actually a little sexier than it used to be.
You sound really good.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, I just had another surgery here probably 3 weeks, a month ago, having problems again, and they went in and did a little different procedure, and it seems to be coming back a little bit quicker, and ability to, I'm able to talk a little bit better. So this is about all I got, though. So it's good that I'm in a closed area with no sound,
no distraction.
You're not going to be yelling at anybody.
Your analogy just a minute ago about guys trying to do something, it just reminded me of golf, of us playing golf, because we try to hit shots we can't hit. We try to do things. And this one guy said, I was hit a shot but it didn't go good. And I said, man, he says, hey, you're not that good.
You're just not that good. Don't worry about it. Hey, and another point I try to tell people is there's a reason that they don't have pep rallies for baseball. You don't need to get all jacked up to pitch. You don't need to get all jacked up to crawl in that batter's box or to field a ground ball. You don't have to be all goosed up. So
yeah, you've got to be relaxed. It's called controlled aggressiveness, and that's what you have to do. You have to be aggressive, but you got to be under control, because you just can't overdo things in a skill game like baseball is. You just can't do it. You've got to be under control, and the guys that can do that are the ones that pitch and play better. So,
well, did they throw their number one last night?
I believe so. Yeah, that was their number one guy.
Oh, and man, that's really good.
The left-hander that came in was pretty good too. So I've seen most of their pitching on Synergy and different on the on social media, things like that. And it doesn't seem to be, on that it doesn't look like it's just going to be overpowering. But again, that can be a little bit misleading. But we should be able to hit these guys. But you never know. Guys have good days and pitch really well. So everybody we face is going to be tough, and we've got to grind out stuff. So
what crossed my mind is they're probably looking at y'all's pitchers yesterday going, well, there's a 5.46 ERA and an 8. They're not going to have much. So anyway, and then they got all they could handle last night. So
yeah, our guys, they pitched well, and I was happy for them. And like I said earlier, hopefully that'll go ahead and kind of filter on down the rest of our guys to say, hey, look, we can do this. And so hopefully they'll do that and keep these guys going. And that's all they need, some confidence and a little bit of success, and we'll be fine.
Okay.
Well, that's a big deal, and I'm glad what you said about Tim keeping them pumped up, because the danger of playing all these great teams on the road, and we have played some really good ones, is that your kids get down. They get to think, hey, we're no good. And he's doing a great job keeping them pumped up, and now the Big 12's here, so now it's time to go.
Yeah. No, he's good. Everybody, Tim, if you know him, he's very good at what he does, and he finds ways to get guys motivated or change things around in the lineup that seem to work, and that's why he is who he is. And so, again, we'll be fine. We got off to a slow start, but we'll be fine. We'll keep going.
Well, you're very good at what you do too, and I'm glad you're a part of that out
Me
there.
Too.
You're an integral part of that out there. Whether you're ghost coach or
do they pay you to be a ghost coach?
I don't know. I walk around. The reason why I think most of them think I'm already dead. So,
well, you darn sure could have been.
Yeah, you got close.
No, I'm finding that out more and more every day, and with just the reactions I still get from the hospital when I go do my checkups. I walk in, it's like, oh, you're still here.
You're like a miracle. You're a walking miracle. You really are.
Well, it's been a blessing, and everything that's happened so far, and very happy to be here and be a part of this team still, and very proud to be in Lubbock and part of Texas Tech.
Well, you don't have to rehash the whole thing, but real quickly, in 100 words or less, tell us what all you had done, because some folks don't know.
Is it just 100 words? No, to make it real simple, I had a valve that was not closing up properly, the mitral valve, and it was going to be a routine type surgery. It's a hereditary thing, and I've got other family members that have it. And a 2-hour surgery, go in, get it fixed, and not a big deal. It was routine. Well, somehow something happened. The heart didn't react right to it. Whatever happened, started bleeding out, doing all kinds of things. Anyway, I was in a coma for a month on life support. Trying to get my heart to rest. They got that. Finally, when I come out, they just say, hey, we got to get a new heart. Then my kidneys failed because of the life support machine. Just didn't have enough circulation. And next thing I know, 6 months later, I got a new heart, a new kidney, and I'm on my feet and going along. So very thankful. Things happen for a reason, I really feel. And good Lord's got purpose for whatever happens, and has not wavered my faith at all. In fact, it's made it stronger, and I'm just very fortunate, blessed to be here, and very happy.
You're a blessing, Coach.
And you get to touch a lot of lives, and your story has just gotten deeper and stronger, and we're like I said, I'm just so tickled to death that you're part of the program out there.
Yeah, I appreciate that, and I'm happy to be here. And again, it helps to get around these kids. We've got a lot of really good kids here, good coaches, good people, and we're just hopefully I can make a difference in someone's life. And I do have some guys that ask me, hey, what's going on? I had a guy ask me the other day. He says, Coach, why are you always so happy? And of course, as a Christian, it's real easy to tell you why I'm happy, but I just kind of smiled and I said, well, one of these days we sit down and talk, and I'll tell you why I'm happy. So, but very fortunate to be around these guys and the coaches and just personnel that we have around here. It's been really special, and hopefully it continues for a long time. So, go from there. But anyway, it's been good.
All right, Coach. Get to your meeting, and thank you for taking the time to do this. And we just pray for you. You just keep being that great witness you are, and I'm thankful for the Lord keeping you right here.
Well, I appreciate that. All right, you guys take care and call anytime. Let me know.
Right. You bet, Ray.
All right, Ray.
Good talking to you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Ray Hayward, he is oh my gosh, he is
top
a gem.
shelf.
He really is.
He's top shelf, and I think health-wise, I think he's getting his health built back up. So I'm hoping they're taking advantage of his knowledge, because he pitched in the big leagues. He pitched at Oklahoma, then he pitched in the Padres organization and pitched in the big leagues, and Let me tell you, he's a solid citizen.
He really is. It's the kind of people you want involved. And of course, we got throughout Texas Tech. I give Kirby a lot of credit. Mm-hmm. He has hired some absolutely wonderful Christian good people to run our programs, and I'm so thankful for that.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Anyway, Ray's one of the best, and we haven't had him on in a while. We tried a couple of times, but that voice thing that I was talking about, he couldn't talk.
Yeah,
his voice wasn't loud enough to really be on, and I'm so glad that he agreed. When he agreed to be on, Gary, I thought this is awesome that he's doing good enough to be on.
And
now.
sounded good and good and strong. I didn't know you had something done a few weeks ago.
I didn't either. But
it seems like it worked. All right, this is our third and final consecutive weekends of games away from home from Rip Griffin Park. 12 of 17 games were on the road. The Red Raiders have traveled. This is something you can share in conversation today. The Red Raiders have racked up almost 8,000 miles of travel through the first 5 weeks. And I was going to ask Ray about the missed classes and all. The 2025 schedule will have 31 of the 53 games. Let's see. We'll play 31 of the 53 games inside the state of Texas. 26 home games are the fewest of any since 2022. I was going to say they're going to go to they're going to play in 7 different states.
Yep.
And can you name them? Yes. Arizona, Kansas, North Carolina, New Mexico, Nevada, Utah, and West Virginia, and Texas.
That's phenomenal.
So anyway, it's been tough on them, but hey, we're ready. It's time for conference.
You've been listening to the Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby podcast from Double T 97.3. Catch the show live Saturday mornings from 9 to noon on Double T 97.3 FM or on the Double T 97.3 mobile app.